Right then, lads and lasses, how we're doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Happy New Year, everyone. I'm sorry I couldn't see you on the first day of the year. I was at the pub with my mates. Please do let me live, lads and lasses. I've got a life to live as well. But of course, we are back with the 5 PM news videos, and in today's 5 PM news videos, not only do we have news on Miguel Almiron, as 6 pretty big teams are interested in the Paraguayan, and Newcastle United have named their price for the 30-year-old at just £5 million. Now, don't get me wrong, I believe now is the time for Miguel Almiron to leave Newcastle United with everyone's head held high and, of course, a positive view on Miguel Almiron. But £5 million, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we can get a bit more there. And one assistant manager from one of these interested clubs has basically came out in an interview saying it's only a matter of time before they do sign Almiron. Stay tuned for that. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been sent to me by a Saudi Arabian follower over on Twitter that a reliable Saudi Arabian source, do take this with a pinch of salt, but although they do look quite credible, Al-Shabaab of the Saudi Pro League have reached a final agreement with Newcastle United to sign Martin Dubravka. This is a very weird transfer, ladies and gentlemen. Now, don't get me wrong, if someone said to you even 2 months ago, would you sell a nearly 36-year-old Martin Dubravka for anywhere near £1 million to Saudi Arabia, you probably would have snapped their hand off. You would have said, yep, we're in safe hands with Nick Pope. Vlachodimos is our number 2 goalkeeper. However, ever since Nick Pope's been injured, Martin Dubravka has came in ahead of Vlachodimos. He's kept 4 clean sheets in a row in the Premier League, albeit the quality of opposition hasn't exactly been wonderful. Let's just say that. At 10-man Aston Villa, Manchester United, Leicester at home, they haven't been fantastic, but with the ball at his feet, distribution, Martin Dubravka surprisingly and weirdly looks pretty decent. That sounds crazy to say that. But ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to the Miguel Almiron news, which by the way is very interesting, assistant manager coming out publicly and saying something like that really has got me quite confused actually. But with the goalkeeping department at Newcastle United, I now fully believe keeping 4 clean sheets in a row, albeit the opposition has been poor, but scoring more goals. My understanding of goalkeepers 2-3 years ago was do what it says on the tin. Make a few saves, keep the ball out of the net, and your job is absolutely done. However, we've seen what the Premier League has evolved into nowadays. Edison, Raya, Alisson, not only do you have to be a good shot stopper, but evolving with the times, you have to be good with your feet. Nick Pope, very clearly, as he kicks the ball out of play 10 times every single match, is not great with his feet and looks to be the end of goalkeepers of their sort of generation. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the video, and of course, hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy, subscribe if you are new for all Newcastle United content, and without further ado, let's get into it. So yes, lads and lasses, it's been reported by Mail Sport that these 6 teams, Palmeiras, Sao Paulo and Botafogo of Brazil, Santos Laguna of Mexico, Olympiacos of Greece and Charlotte FC of the MLS League, are all battling it out for Miguel Almiron. Now, I've got to say, that's a fair bit of competition for Miguel Almiron there. All of them teams seem to be quite desirable to go and play. However, Newcastle United are only reportedly asking for £5 million for Miguel Almiron, just a quarter of what we paid for the now 30-year-old in 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said at the start of the video, now is the time for Miguel Almiron to leave the club. I will always, in the back of my head, have very fond memories of Miguel Almiron. Of course, at times, he's been incredibly frustrating, and a frustrating lack of end product. However, he does absolutely run his socks off, and that smile, no matter how miserable you are of a person, it really does get you. I'll remember the day, I think I went to Miguel Almiron's home debut against Huddersfield in 2019-20, or yeah, 1920. He done a little chip and hit the post. Oh, whatever. I really will hold high estimations of Miguel Almiron, but now is the time to leave. The quality isn't there anymore, and of course, we've got to be brutal with these sort of players. But ladies and gentlemen, onto the assistant manager situation. Of course, these 6 teams are interested, and one of them interested teams, Charlotte FC, who is probably the most renowned team with Miguel Almiron. Many stories have came about them in the past. However, their assistant manager and former Premier League winner with Leicester, Christian Fuchs, came out in a press conference around 2 days ago now, saying this, and in my opinion pretty much confirms he believes Miguel Almiron will sign for Charlotte FC. He, on about Almiron is a great player, but I don't want to talk about him as he hasn't signed yet. All I know is that once it is signed, Almiron will be a great addition to our club. Ladies and gentlemen, please do correct me wrong if I feel like I'm going absolutely loopy here, but Almiron is a great player. I don't want to talk about him as he hasn't signed yet. All I know is that once it is signed, he will be a great player. In my opinion, that's Christian Fuchs speaking with confidence that Miguel Almiron will be a Charlotte FC player. Whether he's doing that to kind of bat off other interests, I do not know. However, I do believe he will sign for Charlotte FC. There's been many reports saying that if Miguel Almiron, although reluctantly wanting to leave Newcastle United, if he is going to leave, he would go back to the MLS where he formerly played for Atlanta United. And I've got to say, look, yet again, it is Miguel Almiron's time to leave, but it will bittersweetly be quite sad, although it does have to happen. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Martin Dubravka has reportedly, from a Saudi Arabian source, yet again take it with a pinch of salt, agreed a deal with Al Shabab to go and sign for them in the January transfer window. Yet again, let me know down below, would you let Martin Dubravka leave right now in this goalkeeping crisis we've going on at the minute? And of course, Miguel Almiron can leave Newcastle United for just £5 million. What do you think of that? In my opinion, we can get a little bit more. 7 million, 8 million, anything more than that, I would be happy with. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Geordie Josh. Go and enjoy your day, people.